everybody to our Football Exponential podcast. I'm Chika. I'm joined by Frank.
Hi, Chika. Thanks for joining me today. How you doing? How's your weekend going?
I'm fine. I'm fine. If you're watching us, smash the like button, subscribe, and drop your comments. Also share our content. Frank, with the international uh, break and then England having qualified for the World Cup already, who do you think at the start? Okay, first of all, Thomas Tuchel plays a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we already know Harry Kane is going to be starting up front. It's just who's going to be the second striker. And so, with the three other attacking players playing alongside him or behind him, who do you think is your ideal, given how Tuchel plays? Now, who do you think is going to start in Tuchel's system?
Okay. Okay. Obviously, I think Kane is the first name on the team sheet.
Yeah.
Alongside Pickford and I think
McGree.
Maguire.
Yeah.
Maguire. But I think the big issue with England has always been since for as long as I can remember, England always had this question: who's going to play midfield? That question has always been there, from the Lampard Gerrard days to the Henderson, Loftus-Cheek, even now the Palmer, the Foden discussion. Because it's also important because I think in the last few weeks Tuchel made and I think it's a lot with Tuchel. Tuchel is so he doesn't mix it. He doesn't hide his opinion. He doesn't hide how he feels. Since he's been England coach, he's just said how he sees it. Sometimes I feel should he have said that, but I don't think. But that's just how he is. And I think one thing you give him, there's clarity with his with his decision making.
Yeah.
And there's also, and I think also with him, there's clarity with how he wants his team to play.
Yeah.
So when he asks, okay, like, because again the question becomes who plays behind Kane, that number 10 position, and the names are long. It's Foden, it's Jude Bellingham, it's Morgan Rogers. I think Morgan Rogers I think that's what has surprised me a lot. I think he seems to really like Rogers.
I'm starting to think I don't think he might make the World Cup.
Rogers, I think Rogers makes it. I think at this moment in time, Barry and just only injuries and any act of God could change. I think he knows. Is it 26-man squad, right? I think he knows.
Is it 26? It used to be 25. Or was it? No, it was never 26. Maybe it's 26.
No, it's
24.
23 then
23, yeah, 23, yeah.
Then after COVID they expanded it to 26.
So you go with 26 men to the tournament now.
Yeah.
Okay.
26. But in the last year some coaches go with some coaches don't go. Some coaches go with about 24. Because you go 26, before in the past you have 23, you have your 11 on the pitch, then you have the other 12 on the bench.
Yeah.
But now there's a limit with the number you can have on the bench. So it presents another issue. Okay, who out of that 26 you leave out on match days? So it's very. So I think Enrique was with Spain when he was Spanish coach. I think he chose to go with 23 rather than 26. But for discussion, let's leave it at 23.
Yeah.
I think out of that 23, he knows 15 of those players already. And out of his first 11, he knows about, I'll say seven of them already.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one is, there's two big ones that right back, who starts at right back, Rhys James or Trent, and that number 10. Because again, I think Saka starts. There's no Saka starts. Rashford
on the left or on the right?
Saka starts on the right. I think so. It starts, but again, no, it starts on the right. I think I would love Saka on the left so he can get Palmer in. But I think with Tuchel above all else, he wants balance in this team. He wants clarity. He wants everyone has a defined role in the team. There's no confusion. And I think that's what England have lacked for almost 20 years. A manager that will come and say, you know what? I know we have all this, but we can't play all of them together. We can't play all these toys together. We need to. I'm making
a big claim. I'm telling you, the tournament. My favorite to win the tournament is England. I told you the moment because first of all, it's an emotional. Don't get me wrong, it's emotional, right? I love Tuchel.
Yeah,
Like I've told you, Tuchel is my
yeah, I
favorite
know.
Chelsea manager. You always, you always
That makes
hit me hard with Tuchel is my favorite. As an individual, I just love Tuchel. And since he
that
was
makes sense of
appointed
us.
as England manager with the players they have,
Yeah,
I've always felt they needed the manager to make the tough decisions. Gary Southgate was
yeah,
good, was nice. He was a nice man. One thing I give to Gary Southgate, and I'm starting to think, is that maybe he would have been very, very good for Manchester United. Is the way he unified the England national team. Like
yeah,
I've,
yeah,
I've, I don't think the likes of Scholes and Lampard they had that unity. He did a very, very good job in terms of that. But when he got to the getting them over the hump, getting them over the line, he failed to do that. And I think Tuchel has what it takes to do that. I would like you to continue. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything. So I think with Southgate, I think credit to him because again, Southgate took England to two European finals and a World Cup semi-final, which again, it's no small feat. I know the expectation has changed in the last few years because again, this is they expect a lot from the Three Lions, but I think Southgate did an amazing job. But the question is like, can he get over that line? Could he see in those big games, the semi-finals, the finals? Could he make the right call? Could he read the game better, make the substitution that changes the game for England? But I think that's where he probably failed. But with Tuchel, I feel because this Jude Bellingham situation, and I don't really some in a way I understand it, but I don't really understand it in a way because the messaging from Tuchel is quite clear. I think there's something there between two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something. I'm not going to say I'm not going to use word like I'm not going to use word like attitude or something doesn't. I think, but there's something there between two of them. I don't know where it's coming from, but there's something there. And at the same time, there's also something between Jude Bellingham and the English media. That's the fact. There's this the narrative around him is not been pleasant in my opinion, and I feel that narrative is also has also probably shaped Tuchel's mind in a way where like you come in you come in you say okay no this narrative a narrative around this guy, you know what, maybe I need to leave him out of the squad for a few camps to see, but probably just give him time to get fit because Jude has been injured the start of the season, just to get fit, so a bit of clarity like okay you know what, you're not you're not nailed on to start for me. Just I need you to be clear. I need you to, but also just even get like a reaction from that player. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I feel there's something there. And with Foden, I think Foden has Foden performed well for the national team.
No, really. I don't
Okay,
think so.
I think out of all these guys, out of the long list of guys, the Rogers, I think for me Foden when it comes to the national team, Foden's last.
Yeah, but because this is how I grade them, I think Kane is going to
Yeah.
start. I think Kane is going to start ahead. Behind Kane is going to be Jude Bellingham for Tuchel because Jude, if you are looking for the ideal player to play alongside Kane, I think Jude is exceptional. We're running in behind the striker
So
and scoring
so
those goals.
first match day at the World Cup, everybody fit. Say
Yeah,
everybody's available. Jude starts.
yeah. So I'll go with if everybody's available. I go with the starting lineup. The three people behind Kane, the three people behind Kane. I go with Rashford on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
left, Jude Bellingham in center, Saka on the right. And in terms of substitutes for each position, I go with Bowen and Saka, Palmer for Jude Bellingham, and Eze for Rashford. So I'm taking out
Yeah,
Rogers,
yeah.
taking out Foden, taking out Morgan Gibbs White. Yeah,
No, Rogers is going to the World Cup. I think that's safe. And I also think I think in the first game, I think in the first game, if Rogers is available and fit, he starts in that first game.
on the left,
I don't know.
and Eze and
No, Rogers is starting in that number 10.
and
Because again, like if you
Jude
like,
not
'cause
starting.
I
You
think
think he's going to bench Jude?
yeah,
It's going to be
first game of the tournament. I think Rogers starts. Rice is in midfield
yeah,
with Elliot
and
Anderson.
Anderson.
So,
Yeah,
I think that's what I said. I think he's already got that 7 down. There's still a few he's waiting on. James again fitness allowing. James starts at right back. Stones and Mark Guehi at centre back. Pickford Pickford in goal. The left back position is where it's a toss up between Miles Lewis Kelly and the new kid in the camp, Nick O'Reilly. And also, I think I really like that kid. I really
Yeah,
like
everybody was
Nico
saying
Riley.
good things about him. Was he that good
It's
this weekend?
no, but not just this week. I think even it stretches back to last season when he came into the squad,
But he wasn't
and
really exceptional. Like maybe I didn't notice
no,
it.
no, no, but I think, but that's the point with him, because you don't need your left back to be exceptional. You just need this. You need your left back to be steady, good in possession, can make the tackles, can make the interceptions, and can also play a bit of football. Because when at Man City, he gets forward a lot. He will probably end up with a few goals this
He's
season.
better. Was he better than Rico Lewis, or is he playing better than Rico Lewis?
I never liked Rico Lewis.
Yeah, you never like. I knew you never liked Rico Lewis.
I never saw I never saw anything special. I just thought it was just another one of those lads. He's a guy that, you know what, take Rico Lewis to another club. He probably doesn't start, because he doesn't. He's a tidy player. He's not. There's not much to him, but I just feel Nico Riley has more. He has the physicality as well. Because again, it's not. I know Salah's not been the best this season, but physically he handled Salah well in the last game in the Premier League. I think so. He's over 6 foot.
Yeah.
I know, but all those things matter. I think between him and Lewis Kelly for that left back position, depending on, because I also think Lewis Kelly scored the first England goal under Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
As head coach, but with him this season, he hasn't. He's barely been on the pitch for us now in the Premier League this year. So it's, and again, I also think that will affect a few players, because it seems if you're not playing, you're not in. As simple as that. So you need to be playing well, playing consistently before you can get into the national team. And I feel Foden might be
I don't see
the
him
guy I think he sees, because again, I think it's quite curious how this coaches see Foden, and that's Pep Guardiola and Tuchel. They don't particularly see Foden as that creative number 10. They see him as that guy as at the end of moves, that's finishing moves rather than creating moves. If you understand, it's more like Palmer can create and score goals, but I think Foden is more, in Pep's eyes, is more of a finisher of moves rather than a starter of moves. And I think probably he sees, because again, there's also the big question: who's going to be Harry Kane's backup in that squad? Say worst case scenario, say Kane gets suspended or he misses a game or so. I think Foden can step up as that.
Yeah.
Sort of number nine.
What of Ivan Toney? Is he calling him up?
I don't think Ivan Toney is making it, because again, I don't think, because he made a few squads this year. I think at the back end of the season, the loss against Senegal, Ivan Toney was on the bench. I think he came on for the last few minutes, but I don't think Tuchel really rates him that highly. So I think it's probably going to be, because again, this squad, this is the last. Well, this is the last squad before the other one at the end of the season, heading into the tournament. So I feel he didn't call it. There was, I think, he called Watkins? I think Watkins was called up.
Has having an abysmal season.
Yeah. I think Watkins was called up by pulled out. So I think they'll likely go with 2 strikers, and they'll probably put Foden as one of that other striker in there, so you can just get everybody in there. But I think when it comes to that starting level, I think at this moment in time, I think my safe bet will be Morgan Rogers over everyone else. And that's
a very massive bold call. That is a very, very bold. I hope he wins if he does that, because if he starts Morgan Rogers ahead of Bellingham, me and Morgan Rogers. I remember I told you in the off season that if Chelsea had got Morgan Rogers, that was before I watched Estava, that Chelsea was going to win the league. I love Rogers. I just love, from the first day I saw him play for Middlesbrough. Was it Middlesbrough against Chelsea? I think he scored a goal. But if he starts Morgan ahead of Jude Bellingham, because he might cause a rift in camp. I'm not against it, but I'm just saying it's a massive big call, and I pray it works out.
Again, I feel I understand what the repercussions it cause, but again, I don't think Tuchel is here to make any friends long term. He's just here to just get the best guys on the pitch that fit into his system, that fits the right profiles on the pitch. Because again, when you have Harry Kane, Saka, and Rashford, I think between those 3 they can score and create goals.
Yeah.
Quite easily. But you need that guy that can balance the whole thing together, that can stitch stitch the attack, the midfield. They'll do the defensive side. Again, it's not to say Jude doesn't do that, but I think you need somebody that can carry the load of those other guys at the same time. You need you need a carrier for Kane because Kane won't do a lot of running, and I don't and you don't want him to, but you need a guy that's in there that can also help Kane do the other side of the game, off the ball and all those stuff. And I think Morgan has a very is very. Out of all those guys, I think he's probably the strongest there. Like he physically, he's a strong
Yeah,
lad.
he's
He's
strong.
very
Yeah.
hard. It's very hard to knock off the ball. His dribbling is quite good, but also it's not. I don't think he's the most creative of players. But also at the same time, when it comes to the national team, it's not just playing your best players. Because if that's the solution, England would have probably won a lot more.
But
But it's just
tactically, he can
getting the
play
best.
multiple positions. Actually, I don't even know
Yeah,
his
he
best
can.
position.
It can, and I also feel like the idea, because again, I think even like long term, the discussion around Jude Bellingham. Because even I was thinking about Real Madrid, and I've watched a lot of Real Madrid this season, and I know even before the Clasico and before Jude, I know he's scored in that goal, but I still feel I watched a lot of Madrid before Jude Bellingham came back into the team because it was out injured, and Adegola was playing fantastic behind Mbappe as that number 10, that creative player. I don't think Jude Bellingham is that kind of player that will like. I think Adegola has like about 6 or 7 assists just to Mbappe alone this season. I don't think Jude Bellingham is that player, and it's not to say he can create goals, he can score goals, but I just feel he's not. I see him more as a number 8 than number 10.
I
You
get you.
understand?
But off the ball, he does. He's tackling.
He
So
works. No,
he
yeah,
works hard. He
like
works,
again,
and that's what people don't talk about.
that's why I
When
say.
they talk about
That's why I
him,
say.
right? They just talk he's a goal, he scores goals. But when I put on my TV and watch him, I see he's tackling. He makes so much effort off the ball, and I'm surprised why people don't say this because for him to have played, he was playing in deep midfield. For you to play in that deep midfield, you have to have so much of the ball contribution. I don't know why people don't fail to mention his off the ball contribution. They
Yeah,
don't
and
always mention it.
no, because I feel those like when people have those discussions, it's more they're having bad faith arguments. Okay, like go all Jude does is caught tappings and all those nonsense. But I think Jude, I think the profile is more suited to a number 8 than a number 10. And I feel if you can get Jude Bellingham to play alongside like a Declan Rice, I know it will be a bit like physically midfield of Jude Bellingham and Rice, they have the legs, they have the physicality, they have the power, they can control games, they can score goals, tackles, everything's there. But can you just get that mindset? Okay, you know what? This is what to expect from you as a number eight, number 6, rather than a number 10. So again, I feel, but again, I think when it comes to the national team, I think England they are spoiled for choices. They are spoiled for choices. Well, except for the number 9, but across the pitch, they have good quality players, and it will be interesting. It will be interesting to see. But I think, like you said, you think Jude Bellingham starts. But I think Morgan Rogers. It's not to say I agree with it, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah.
this. I feel like this, even like because again, Rogers has not had the best of season, but there's something where, and this is what the best managers doing with international team. They find a guy like okay that can make or can implement our idea on the pitch
Yeah,
rather
yeah, yeah,
than
yeah.
what the fans want to see. Because again, we as fans want to see the best players. Like put Palmer, put Foden, put all of them, but we also need the coach has different desire. But again, it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, that should be all for us. Let's go watch Nigerian game, and I hope we beat
Yeah,
Congo.
go Super Eagles.
Goes Super Eagles. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, bye.